Lauren.
And I'm Casey.
And we're discussing women and men, and more specifically, the sex role theory.
Coley introduces many interesting definitions regarding the role of women and men in society, ultimately elaborating on their interdependence and independence. Coley suggested a question that was assigned the name the woman question. This question specifically what explains the nearly universal dominance of men over women. Essentially, Coley is analyzing what criteria, requirements, and societal norms that allowed for men to rule over women in many different environments and aspects. These variations regarding dominance can range from career opportunities to the implementation of patriarchy.
Sex role theory is described in the book as Talcott Parsons' theory that men and women perform their sex roles as breadwinners and wives or mothers, respectively, because the nuclear family is the ideal arrangement in modern societies, fulfilling the function of reproducing workers. Essentially, to abide by this theory, men and women should remain within their boundaries of their sex roles, performing only behaviors assigned to that role, and by doing so, the most benefit will be yielded.
We created this diagram to illustrate the sex role theory. The diagram illustrates the sex role theory by beginning with the biological male or female being born. The context essentially activates behavior when society socializes boys and girls in a certain manner based on what characteristics and behaviors are commonly associated with the gender. Girls are taught that as females they are to stay at home and take care of the home as well as perform other duties such as childbearing, cooking, and cleaning. In contrast, boys are taught that by being males they are to enter the workforce and financially provide for his family at home. Although this behavior is thought to mutually benefit both, behavior aggregates into the outcome because of this, ultimately furthering the divide between genders and causing them to be unequal.
Sex role theory also works in conjunction with conflict theory to explain the women question. One characteristic that these two theories share is that they both work to explain male dominance in society over females. However, there are many differences possessed by these theories. One distinguishing characteristic of conflict theory is that it intentionally goes against the premises of sex role theory and, in essence, the individual's biological gender. Here's our diagram for conflict theory. Conflict theory focuses on the idea that gender creates the social divide of society instead of social class, and is based around a patriarchal society. In this visual, genders are unequal, and one of the biggest obstacles, arguably, is getting past gender socialization. One way to combat this is to make a change towards gender neutrality socialization, where genders, despite their biological sex, are taught that either gender can perform any role inside or outside the home. When this change is established, perhaps genders will be perceived as equal.